Hello, welcome back to Chihe Diaries. This photo is inspiring this tutorial. We are just repeating the same thing, and to make the star braid I use my hand to figure out exactly where it will be placed, and then from the middle of that point, so I just had my palm on the head to visualize the size of the star, and then from the middle of that point I am making 5 lines, trying to make just 5 equal lines around the circle. If you look at these lines, it looks like a stick man performing jumping jacks. So the legs are wide open, the hands are straight up, and then the head in the middle. So you have one line from the center going upwards, 2 lines just like someone's hands raised and spread out, and then 2 legs opened up, just spread like someone who is jumping with their 2 hands up and their 2 legs wide open. Use that to have an idea of where your lines should be. So this is the right leg. If you're looking at it from your view, I am making the lines cleaner. I used shine and jam to knitting up the lines. So after making the 5 lines, make sure the spaces are equal, then you clean them up. The next thing is going to be repetitive from here. So I choose about half an inch away from the center point, make a straight line from the half an inch point to the tip of the line to create the star, okay, like this. So I moved half an inch away from the tiny dot in the middle, in between the spaces, and then made a straight line connecting to the tip of both lines. So the tip of one line to that half an inch dot, and then from the tip of the second line to that same spot. The spot is about half an inch away from the middle point. So but when we get to the top of the ear, we are just going to draw a straight line from on top of the ear going to the middle point. Don't try to go from half an inch, because you are going to have small hair remaining on top of the ears, and we do not want that. So we're just going to incorporate that small section by just sharing the section into 2. So I go ahead and clean up my line using my braiding gel. Use anyone you're using, and then we will be ready to braid. So when you hold, try to make the tippy end to be very as pointy as you can. It makes it finer. That's just what I am doing here. I hope I am not confusing you. Figure out the size of the star and where you want it to be. Figure out the middle of the point from where you want it to be. Make 5 lines. You have one line going from the center up like the head of a stick man, 2 lines going spread out upwards like a stick man raising his hands, then 2 lines coming downwards like your stick man is opening his legs and jumping. So it's like type of 5 lines, and then you start making the shape of the star by choosing a point in the middle of each of those, like 2 of the lines. Choose a point in the middle that is half an inch, just a little bit away from the middle point, and then start making the lines pointing to the end of your 5 lines. Okay, so just rewind and watch again. It is clear here. I'm just making the lines cleaner and trying to make the end to be pointy, because if you don't make it pointy enough, your star is going to look like a flower. This is the exact same process in making a 5-petal flower, which I have on my channel. If this is confusing you in any way, watch the flower tutorial first and then come back. It's still the same principle of the stickman, 5-line stickman, and then you start making curves. For the flower, you make curves instead of straight line. But for the star, we just make straight line and make the end pointy. For the flower, you make the end curved. I am going to link the flower video at the end of this one so that you can watch it. If you can do this one, you can do that one. The steps, the sectioning is almost exactly the same thing apart from the straight line or the curved line, as I just said. Now we are braiding. I started from the top of the star and braid down to the middle. Always try to get to like the middle of the star before you reverse into the next half leaf of the star, half section of the star. Then when braiding also, when you get to the end, try to get to the very end and curve with the intention of making the end pointed. So don't try to make it curved. When you want to reverse or when you want to turn around, try to make it pointy. That was why I went back to redo it. So make like a sharp bend. Don't braid and be curving nicely. No, braid, turn around and braid down. Let it be as pointed as you can get it. I tried. That's what I could come up with. It is not bad, but it can be better. So when I'll let you watch from here because I almost feel like my explanation is making it more confusing. If you're confused, this is not complicated, I promise you. If you're confused, just watch it twice and you get it. Thank you for watching. I already have a star. Oh, I also have a star tutorial, but the star is placed inside of the head. Sorry, inside of the hair. Like the design is not on the edge. This one is on the edge, and you can add beads or make long braids that dangle down the side of the face. If you want the star to be not to be around the edges of the hair, then I have a tutorial for that, and it is almost exactly the same thing. If you can learn that one, that one is easier than this one. So if you can learn that one, you can make this one, and you can make flowers. And if you can figure this one out, then you can of course braid a heart. If you can figure this out, you can braid a butterfly. Guys, it is easy. I have several videos on stars already, on butterflies, on flowers, all of the alphabets, all of the numbers. I have all those braid designs on my channel. You can check them out. I'm going to let you watch from here and stop talking. We are done with one half, over to the second half. Thank you. Enjoy.
Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. Finding life along the way, melodies we haven't played. No, I don't want no rest. Echoing around these walls, fighting to create a song. I don't wanna miss a beat. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on